Everybody, it's now about 7 o'clock. Mike left for work around 6, and so this is just a morning routine video. I just cannot believe that it's literally August. We bought this in January. Literally used this the very first week of the year, and now I'm already flipping all the way over to August. Like, how is this even real? We only have 4 months left of this year.
Cold.
First sip of coffee. Cheers. I learned that I do not like to have coffee first thing in the morning. I used to do that, just like wake up and have coffee immediately. And then last fall, I think it was in November, I did a caffeine fast for the month of November. and I learned that I just felt really off after that fast if I had coffee first thing. So what I started to do was just have tea like first thing because I tried doing it with nothing until after breakfast, and I was literally not even able to stay awake. And so having tea for me, I find that that works best. So I just have tea first thing, and then after breakfast and working out, then I have my coffee, and I find that that helps me feel better, and it almost feels like a reward for doing my workout. So that's more or less what I do for my caffeine. And then I often do have another cup of tea after lunch. Um, and on the weekends, I do have 2 cups of coffee a day, but I can tell that it's a lot of caffeine and I probably shouldn't. But it's just so good and I love coffee. But I probably shouldn't do 2 cups a day even on the weekends. But yeah, Monday through Friday, I just have 1 cup of coffee every day. So it is a Monday morning, and this is more or less my routine. Mike has to get up at 5 o'clock to go to work, and so I decided that it would just be easiest if I would get up with him. And so I just get up at 5 every morning. Um, well, Monday through Thursday, I get up at 5, and then on Fridays, I usually sleep till 5:30 on Fridays, which isn't even really sleeping in, but um, I just do that on Fridays because that's what I like to do. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, we definitely do not get up that early, but we still don't really sleep in on the weekends. We still usually get up like 7, 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. 8:30 is like really sleeping in for us. Especially since we have Liam, but we are definitely morning people, and I think we've also trained Liam even from the time that he was little, like little, to go to bed early and wake up early. That's just how we function best. And I don't know, it kind of feels like most people are not morning people. And I have a theory that it's because nowadays we have these modern technologies of artificial lights that keep us awake way past the time that we're actually designed to go to bed. And there's nothing wrong with being a night owl. There's nothing wrong with using lights, but it's just my little theory that I think that's why there are so many night owls, and we're actually created to go to bed with the sun and get up with the sun. And I don't know, I just feel best when we go to bed at a decent hour and get up early, even though 5 is very, very early. I just feel best doing that. And it can be a bit of a challenge because a lot of our friends here are night owls. In fact, I think I've only met one couple since we moved here that are also morning people and like to go to bed early. And it can be a bit of a challenge because, like, for example, our home church we go to, they start the meal, we get to the place at like 5:30, and then we don't eat till like 6 or sometimes even after, and then by the time we do worship and do all the things, it's usually 9. And so last night was church because it was Sunday night, and yeah, we did not get home until 10 o'clock, and Liam fell asleep on the way home, so we had to bring him in and put him to bed. And so, yeah, we definitely had a bit of a later night last night, but we just kind of have to work with it, and it sometimes makes Mondays kind of a hard day. But I actually slept pretty well last night, and I feel like exceptionally good for a Monday. Usually I'm pretty tired on Mondays. Then if there's anything like going on during the week in the evenings, we usually don't really participate, or else we just go home really early because we have to get up so early. Mike doesn't have a choice. He has to get up early whether he likes it or not. So we just kind of have to set boundaries for our evenings and then do things more on Fridays and Saturdays instead. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess I feel like I'm kind of just yapping, and I don't know if this is interesting or not, but this is just things that we have to work with. And as far as my morning routine goes, Mondays I do my editing. I feel like editing just gets done better if I do it before Liam is awake, and he usually wakes up like 7, 7:30. 8 is kind of sleeping in for him, and if he's still sleeping at 8 o'clock, I will actually most of the time wake him up. Um, so yeah, if I can get that editing done before he's awake, that just makes my day go so much better. So Monday mornings, I edit my podcast. As you saw, yeah, I do that every Monday morning. So on Tuesday mornings, I edit if I am making 2 videos for my channel that week, then I will edit a video for my channel on Tuesday mornings. And then on Wednesday mornings, I like to make some shorts for my podcast. And also, I write my emails on Wednesday mornings. And then on Thursday mornings, I would edit the second video for my YouTube channel. And then on Fridays, I usually take it a little bit easier on Friday mornings just because I'm so locked in for the first 4 mornings of the week that by the time Friday comes around, I'm pretty tired and I feel like I need a little break. So usually Fridays, I sleep until 5:30 on Friday mornings, and I just try to take it a little easier. But also, if I have extra time on any of those mornings, like this morning, I showed that I finished editing my podcast a little bit earlier than normal. So I was able to get some quiet time in before Liam got up, which was super nice. And so if there are any mornings that I have a little bit of extra time, I will do some quiet time, or I will also write in my novel. I feel like all of the editing takes up so much time that it's a bit hard for me to know what my writing schedule looks like, because when I was writing my second book and I was writing that last year, every morning I would get up at 6, I think, and I would get my coffee because last year I did drink coffee right away. So I'd get up at 6, I would grab my coffee, and I would sit down and I would spend like an hour writing, and that was my morning routine most of the time. And then I would do my editing later in the day. I actually find that this year it's switched. I don't like to have coffee first thing in the morning, so I do it after breakfast, like I already said, and um I get up earlier than I did last year, and I do not like to do my editing during the day. I like to do it in the morning before Liam is awake, and then I actually don't mind writing during the day. So I feel like everything is switched from the way it was last year, and I do not have a set schedule for my writing yet, and I feel like it's going very slowly. My writing is not happening as fast as what it did last year, but that's fine. It's totally fine. And I think that at some point I will lock in on my book and just really work on it like a lot, a lot. And I actually finished writing the third chapter yesterday because I had some free time in the afternoon, and I was just like, I have not been able to write recently, so I got out my laptop and I worked for like an hour and a half. Like, I don't even know where that inspiration came from, but I was just like on fire, and I finished writing probably one of my favorite scenes of the whole book, and I don't know if I should say what it's about. I am really still debating, and I don't think I'm going to say yet, but it's probably one of my favorite scenes, and that's at the end of chapter 3. And so that's like finishing act 1, and now I'm going to be starting on act 2, which will be probably like a main bulk of the book, I think. Um, it will be a lot more than 3 chapters, that's for sure. And I'm so excited about starting in on Act 2. So we will see when that happens, and I will try to keep you guys updated about that. And another thing, um, I know that I will not always be able to keep up with this morning routine. I think that people might feel intimidated by this, like, oh, you're getting up at 5 and you're working so hard, and yeah, that's hard. It really is hard. It's not easy. But I'm kind of taking advantage of having the ability to do that right now because I'm not pregnant right now. Liam is almost 4, he'll be 4 in October, and so I feel like right now I have the ability to kind of lock in and spend a lot of time working on these projects and things. And so I'm kind of just taking advantage of this season where I have that freedom and that ability to do this. And I know that when I do get pregnant again, or if there is some other kind of circumstance that changes my ability to do this kind of thing, that I won't be able to keep up with this schedule and I will have to revamp everything and I won't be able to get up at 5 anymore. And that's okay. Seasons change, life happens, and things change. And so, right now, this is what my schedule looks like. This is more or less what my routines look like in the morning. And so, yeah, don't feel intimidated if you don't get up at 5 or if you don't do all the things I do. This is not meant to intimidate anybody. I just like to get up early, and this is what works best for me right now. So, yeah, I mean, that's more or less what my morning looks like, and then I would move on into, well, okay, I usually sit here for a little bit and drink my coffee while I read my Bible and stuff. And then I move on into either laundry or doing the dishes or like for Monday specifically, I do laundry and clean the bathroom on Mondays, and then on Tuesdays, it's other things. Wednesdays, it's more cleaning and other things, and then Thursdays, it's laundry again and going grocery shopping, and Fridays, it's other things. So my day varies by the day. My activities vary by the day, but yeah, this is more or less what my mornings look like. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was an encouragement to you, and I will see you in another video. Bye.